Good morning, teacher. In this opportunity, I explained about autopilot. But what is autopilot? Autopilot is a system. This system controller all all computer and system uh, about the aircraft. For example, Boeing 737 have a system called autopilot. This autopilot is controller flight controls, computers, ILS, inertials, and different systems that what the airplane have. First of all, what is flight management system? This flight management system is part of three important topics. The first is flight management and guidance system. What is this? Is the system or globally all the autopilot. Then when I can see continue flight management and guidance computer. This computer gets all information about all the system that airplane have when I mentioned before. Then multi-purpose control display unit. When I listen autopilot after 1 year ago, I don't know what is this. But then when I read, when I improve my skills about all the system and aircraft, it's necessary to relation these topics, these knowledges when you learn autopilot. Continue. So it's more easy when I can see these components. For example, MCDU, Multi-Purpose Computer Display Unit. This is similar to keyboard saved in your house. Pilot introduce different data in this computer. This computer have a connection when no, this keyboard have a connection with the computer. This computer perceive all this data. When then I can see this data in relation with PFD, primary flight display, and MD, navigation display. And other controls is the control of autopilot, FC unit. This FC unit control heading, vertical speed, Mach, and other system that relation with the aircraft to navigation. With when I mention in this picture control of instrument. So this picture is helped to improve our skill about aircraft. So um, the autopilot uh, have two computers. One computer about pilot, and computer number two about first official. Then this computer to organize of different topics. MCDU1, MCDU2, and navigation display 1, PFD1, and then navigation display 2 and PFD2. Then CAP-F is control panel I mentioned, or maybe glide ship, or on next to this component I similar to this control, but is what use the first official. It's the principal idea that you have to get. I mentioned before flight management unit. What is this? The FCU locally in the glide shield. Yes, of course. It's obviously when you consider. It's important to consider the pressure in different levels. For example, QMH, QME, QMF, and other similar to this pressure. Is about the flight level. Then, with your control heading, with your control, and you active in this panel control, you active your autopilot 1, autopilot 2, and the control the FIS, the all the principal displays in this aircraft. And you control vertical speed. I mentioned this, and other what you see in the aircraft. It's important to mention the thrust lever. What is a thrust lever? When you have increased your RPM or your velocity in the aircraft, it's necessary to use this thrust lever. This thrust lever is have a relation to the autopilot, but is work independence of this system, because when I don't active the autopilot, this trust lever um, work independence. On the other hand, it's necessary to mention flight directors. What is flight directors? Flight directors is when different lines appear in the PFD, primary flight. In the PFD, I can see the primary director is this line in color black. Is appear when you active the autopilot. Maybe you can deactivate autopilot when you can release a um, moving is strange. For example, when you have a joystick, this joystick deactivate when you push a button color red. Sorry for explaining all things about autopilot, but it's considered necessary to mention all things. But I explained all my ideas and explicate the system. With this, I'm going to finish with the topic autopilot, and then I take the aircraft. In this opportunity, I take a mention Piper PA 30. So is this a electrical system? This electrical system contains generators, starters, voltage regulator, bus bar, circuit breakers, parallel relays, and the battery. In this opportunity, don't use a battery, use a supply energy. When I can see this convert of current, this component give 12 voltage in DC. When I work all the system, I necessary to a down tension, because when the tension down, it have a problem, because in the before video I mentioned short and circuit. This short and circuit is when don't have a down. It's necessary a little down in relation voltage. For example, in the battery give 12 voltage. In this opportunity, I can see 11.69 voltage. So the system is good. In this principal component called master solenoid. Then I compare the voltage about parallel relay with increase the same voltage, and I give in different light. For example, I can see the one line, and down this line have a other line when you continue the line of the electrical system. I can see go to the starter. This is the starter. The starter is a mailing component when I work the aircraft. So this system have a different components. I explained about different topics, but the principal idea is recognize components and identify, and I can prove if these components work or doesn't work. I can prove a circuit breaker. I can prove the generator 3 etaps. For example, out, input, and coil. Coil is very important to generation a fuel, to generation this fuel a current. Then I can prove the regulator. Voltage regulator is essential for the system, because this regulator work together. And then the aircraft system have a different computers about the autopilot, about the electrical system, in different ways, something like that. Oh, to to finally my display, is necessary to mention FCU. FCU, flight control unit, have a different computer. For example, FAC is a computer to control the radar. Is in relation to the autopilot. SEC is relation that joystick. Joystick is controller, elevator, spoiler, and this sec is controller the pitch, only the pitch, and the rudder, no, and the aileron control airlock. Airlock is the role, is the principal computer in relation with the autopilot that have a independence computer to control the flight control. Thanks for attention. Is all my things about this both laboratory number 5 and number 6. Sorry for my explanation. uh, I recognize my explanation is very extensive and long, but it's my idea about the system. Thanks for attention.